All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone that taught me his truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered around the four corners of the globe. All right, and briefly in this lesson, I want to touch on the New World Order, right? Also called Novus, Ordo, Seclorum, right, in the Latin. All right, and this is going to be a quick hit. This is not really going to be an in-depth deep dive. All right, but the point of the lesson is to establish that, there is no new thing under the sun. All right, and this idea, all right, of world, domination, all right, this idea of one world order, all right, coming together under, one set of laws, all right, one set of financial rules, all right, and guidelines and systems. This is not a new idea. All right, this is not something that's new, and it's been on the earth before. So let's get that. Let's start off with that. All right, let's get that. Hopefully, y'all can see my screen. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been of old time, which was before us." Right? Matter of fact, let me start up. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, it says, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be." Right? And going all the way back to, all right, the Tower of Babel, all right, going all the way back to, all right, Antiochus Epiphanes and First Maccabees, the first chapter, all right, we can see that these things have been attempted before, all right, which, if you understand the scriptures and you understand reincarnation, all right, you should understand that it's the same spirits, all right, and it's the same mentality that is creating this scenario, all right, repeatedly on the planet Earth. All right, and that is, the spirit of Esau, Edom, the spirit of Cain. All right, and it's playing out once more, all right, in these times that we see today, which is why you see the collapse, the purposeful breaking down of this current world system, so that we can be issued into another system. All right, it's as plain as day that everything that's happening is calculated. All right, even going back to, the C19 sickness. All right, going back to the establishing of the Federal Reserve System and fiat money. All right, when you go into these things, when you go into, fiat currency and the financial system, the debt-based financial system that we're operating under, they know that it's an unsustainable system. It's a system that has to ultimately come to an end. And they knew that. All right. They knew that when they did it. All right. Because they always had the goal of establishing the NWO. All right. They always had the goal of establishing, all right, or cementing, their grip upon the entire planet Earth, in regards to world domination. All right. And that's a characteristic of Esau, Edom specifically. That's something that's identified in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's get that. This is Habakkuk, the second chapter. And let me see where I want to start. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Salakia. Okay, here it is. This is Habakkuk, the second chapter, and I'll start at verse 3. Matter of fact, let me start at the top. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. Right? So again, he says, I will stand upon my watch. Why? Because the Yahweh Shem Shai sets up watchmen. All right. And the watchmen of the nation of Israel are basically, a spiritual defense mechanism. All right. They are a defense, to, those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. All right. Those that have ears to hear and eyes to see are going to take heed to the message that's coming from the watchman. All right. Because that's the order in which the Heavenly Father set it up. All right. So matter of fact, let me get something else real quick. And I'm gonna come back to this. This is Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. Right? And again, these watchmen are a defense mechanism. Walls are a defense mechanism, right? Which is why in the ancient world, all right, and even today, all right, the Great Wall of China, for example, all right, you would have walls erected to keep out invaders, to keep out, the other nations. All right, that was the whole point of a wall. All right, but you wouldn't just have the wall in itself. You would have actual men patrolling the wall. All right, looking about. All right, anticipating oncoming danger. All right, watchmen. All right, it makes me think of Game of Thrones. If you watch Game of Thrones, all right, you have the Night's Watch. All right, you have the men of the Night's Watch, whose lives were solely dedicated, you know, to protecting the realm. Okay, protecting the seven kingdoms. If you watch Game of Thrones, you'll understand what I'm saying. All right, but through the Spirit, the elect of the nation of Israel are the men of the Night's Watch. All right, we are the ones who have been set up. All right, been set up upon this wall and given eyes to see and ears to hear oncoming danger. And without that, the nation will perish without that. Which actually makes me think of another precept. Let me get that real quick. Get that real quick. This is in the book of Proverbs. It's going to be chapter 21. Salakia. Or chapter 29, excuse me. Proverbs 29 and 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Right? I want to click on that word vision. It says Chazawan. It says vision. All right. It says from H2372. So this is the root. Chazah. It says to see, to perceive, to look, to behold, to prophesy. All right, because ultimately that's a form of prophecy. When a watchman, he if a watchman is set up upon a wall and he sees, incoming troops, but he might not even have to see the physical troops himself. It might just be, a particular, intuition that he has. All right, there might be something very minute, that the average person didn't see, that he is aware of, that he's keen of. So it says, let me go back. It says a vision, a dream, a revelation, or oracle, a vision, right? So without these things, which are come directly from the heavens, all right, without these things, all right, a nation is somewhat defenseless. All right. So the fact that we have, all right, men of the Lord, in these latter days, receiving dreams, receiving visions, receiving the understanding of the scriptures. All these things are proof, all right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, wants us to win. All right. He wants the elect to win. He wants the elect to overcome. And he's giving us these things. He's giving us dreams. He's giving us revelations. He's giving us oracles so that we can edify the body. All right. So let me go back. Let me go back to Habakkuk, second chapter. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. In verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. All right. And that's taking place right now. All right. In 2022 through, all right, the men of the Lord, making these videos, doing these virtual epistles. All right. Breaking down the scriptures, breaking down current events. They're making it plain upon tables so that the people that are listening can utilize that information. All right. To, Lord willing, be delivered, be saved. Verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right? So the things that have been foreordained in the scriptures, the famines, okay, the wars, the pestilence, all right, the collapse of this world, this collapse of this society, all these things are, unavoidable. They're inevitable. All right. They're set for a specific place and time that has already been ordained by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the scriptures go into how, I'm not going to pull it, but the scriptures go into how the Most High is a power that hideth himself. All right. The Lord is trying to sneak up. He's trying to creep up on a lot of you people. All right. Because he wants to catch you like a thief in the night, like the scriptures say. All right. And ultimately, a lot of you people are allotted, or a lot of people, I should say, a lot of people are allotted to destruction. They're allotted their lot. All right. Their place in the movie is to take the MOTB. All right. And to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. That's just their lot. Okay. That's why the scriptures say, he that is filthy, all right, let him be filthy still. This truth is not for everybody. It's only for the elect. All right. This is a secret counsel, only for the initiated, those that have been, baptized, those that have been, quickened, made alive, submerged in this word. All right. But going back to the point of this NWO, all right, let me keep reading in Habakkuk 2. It says, in verse 4, it says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Right? Going into Esau, Edom, right? His soul, which is lifted up, right? Because Esau, Edom is in a place of power right now. All right. Job 9:24, for the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? So his soul is lifted up. All right. Also going into his pride. All right. He is a proud man. Right. And it goes into that in the next verse. It says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Right. And that's the formula. That's the keys to victory. All right. In the times that we're about to enter into very shortly. When the demonization, of the men of the Lord comes, when the persecution comes, what's going to get us through is faith and mercy. All right. Faith and mercy. All right. And also divine intervention. All right. And we have faith in that. All right. This is verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, right? Going into, Esau's or the powers to be, going into their philosophies, going into their ideologies that they push. All right. And that they push on all the nations of the world. All right. That's that Babylon juice, the wine of the wrath of fornication. Right. Esau has basically, you know, made these other nations consume, all right, and basically utilize these ideologies. All right, which is why you see such chaos, utter chaos around the planet Earth, which is why you see such death and confusion, all right, going on a global scale, right? Because all these kings of the earth have, you know, they've drank of that wine, all right, and they're drunk, all right. It says, but this is the point in verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people, right? What does that sound like? Okay, that sounds like, the NWO. All right, that sounds like a world government, world domination. All right, and we already have world government. Okay, C19 situation proved that. You know, we already have a world government. All right, but Esau is looking to cement his control, and his dominion forever. He's trying to establish his bootleg kingdom of heaven. All right, and a major part of that is the MOTB. All right. So, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and close it on that. Actually, matter of fact, before I close it, let me read this verse in the NLT. This is Habakkuk 2:5 in the NLT. Salakia. This is Habakkuk 2:5. It says, wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death they are never satisfied. In their greed they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. Right? So Lord willing, this quick hit was edifying. With that, I'll say shalom.